Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Leo is here. Hello, Leo. MTLZ Finest. Okay, whatever that is. Roland is here. Mamina, could you guys do me a favor? Let me know your age, gender, and where you're tuning in from so we know how many people from where they're up so late, like myself. I'm in the west coast of Canada and I wonder where you guys are located. So give me three codes: M for male, F for female, or however you signify your gender, and then how old you are, the age, and which city or country you're watching this program. We are running a concurrent live stream on YouTube and TikTok both together, and we are going to be together maybe for a half an hour or until I fall asleep. And I was just about to go to sleep, but I thought maybe it's not a bad idea to see how many people would like to have a conversation, and perhaps we can reach out and help someone around the world. Ah, what a lovely tea. So, if anyone can hear me, I'd be grateful if you would give me that three codes: M for male, F for female, and however you signify your gender, and then age, and then where you're tuning in from, which country. Let me see what our friends on YouTube are doing. Let me just connect that as well. There we are. We've been live on both places. So, and TikTok friends, thank you for not listening. I still don't have any of those information that would help me to know where you are, who you are, and what your cultural background is, and how old and what your gender is. So, M for male, F for female, age, and where you're tuning in from, which country. Uh, I know there is one says Canada and something. And if you have a question, please fire up. We talk about thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego. We talk about breakups and the role of your psyche and the inner movement of your psyche when you're going through a breakup and how to move on. Why is it that you feel the way you do? Then we expand into philosophic point of view and neuroscientist scientific point of view in regards to OCD, and we discover or review the works of many specialists such as Dr. Schwartz, Dr. Speary, Dr. Penfield, Dr. Owens, Dr. Levitt, and so on. And we talk about the components of the brain involved in the OCD and OCD subsets, such as HOCD and whatnot. And we'll try to help you understand how to rewire your brain through neuroplasticity using different techniques, such as four steps of Dr. Schwartz, or the ERP, or the CBT, and either way, help you to realize that you're not the brain. The brain is not you. You're the master, and you will recognize what's wrong with your organs, such as your intestines, your kidney, your liver, or your brain in this case, and then how you should be helping your brain to rewire itself to the default setting. And what is it that causes this malfunction and throws you into the vortex of OCD and so on and so forth. So, questions in these topics that we talked about are welcome, and we'll discuss what's concerning you right here on YouTube and on TikTok. And in case you wanted to further expand on your knowledge or ask questions, you may go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Mindthatseekstruth.com. You can make an appointment for a Skype chat and we'll discuss what's concerning you one on one on Skype. We have Miyamoto from India, right? Says, I notified myself when I think I need to fix HOCD. I get more HOCD thoughts. Okay. But when I see your videos, I understand your videos. I feel good for 3, 4 days until they start coming back. Well, doesn't matter. You're thinking that they shouldn't come back before you feel good. No, you can understand whether they're there or not, because brain is a thought manufacturing plant. It makes thoughts 80, 90,000 times a day. It doesn't care about what the content of it is. It happens to be hitting on what's most important to you, thinking that it's trying to protect you, But when it's gone malfunctioning, when its caudate nucleus in the striatum in midbrain basal ganglia is out of work, it's not working properly, which is responsible to shut down the intrusive thoughts. When it's not working properly, when it's malfunctioning, the intrusive thoughts that brain makes on every 8 billion human beings on earth, it lingers. And when it lingers and it's not dissipating, you may think, oh, it must mean something. It must be a message. It's something that I didn't know. And it's smarter than me. No, it's a brain, it's an organ, it's malfunctioning. So you got to help it out. So it doesn't matter if it shows up or doesn't show up. You don't have to be away from intrusive thought to think that you're normal or you're comfortable or whatnot. You just have to understand, recognize intrusive thoughts when it shows up. And then once you recognize it, you refocus on something simple and positive in your life. Take your attention from what you've been giving attention to, the intrusive thoughts, once you recognize it's intrusive thoughts, and go about your business by thinking about something small, such as drinking tea or coffee or taking a walk or watching a movie or listening to music or something that you want to accomplish, and then move on. And don't give a damn what the interpretation of that thought might be. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, whatever it may be. So don't go trying to hunt for conclusions. That's the problem, where you think that it makes you uncomfortable. Now, do we have anything from TikTok? Well, TikTok friends, as usual, I don't know if they hear me or not. They have not complied to any of the requests that we have done that our YouTube friends do. We need to know, whoever is here asking a question, we need to know your gender so I can address you properly and know if it's a female, if it's male, whatever your gender is, and then your age, how old you are, what stage of life you are, and then the cultural background tells me like where you're from, which country, tells me a little bit about how to communicate with you. So it is important for me to know my demographics. I'd appreciate it if you guys would comply and let me know those three little codes. Let's say male, 37, Los Angeles. That's pretty much. Or female, France, what it was, female, 27, France, in that sequence, whichever sequence that is. All right, now don't forget to like the program so the algorithm will recognize us and we'll be able to get populated and reach more people and help more people. And Miyamata says, how can I fix false attraction? It's the main thing which pushed me backward from recovery. Listen, Miyamoto, you know that on the channel we have over 3,000 videos, and about 1,000 of it, maybe, it's on OCD and OCD subsets, including and mainly HOCD. All your questions that you're asking here in detail is available because my channel is not a channel that gives you a teaser on the videos so you go and buy something. It explains exactly what the title is trying to communicate. So just go on my search engine and put down false or false attraction or attraction and see how many videos come out. And you will have all those information you're looking for there. Here, it'll be like, I don't know, half an hour just talking about that. So we can't do that. So please go on the site and look for it, on the channel and look for it. And Scott is here, NB Bull joined, all right. Don't forget to like the program, if you will, to help us to get noticed and help more people if they can find us. And Miyamoto says, sure, thanks. Okay, you're quite welcome. It's pretty much a test drive tonight to see at this time of the hour, which is 3 o'clock a.m., 3:06 a.m. here in Vancouver, if it's the right time to have a live stream to help anybody anywhere in the world. It seems to me TikTok friends are a lot, but they're not necessarily. Male 25, Canada. Thank you very much for Alex. Finally, somebody listens. I appreciate that. And it looks to me that this is not the right time because usually on TikTok we have about 700 people watching, and on YouTube we'll have number of people, but tonight we have very minimal numbers, and so far nobody has liked the program. So that's not a good news. On that note, let me have a sip of my tea and see if there's any questions. Miyamoto says it's 4:30 p.m. in India. Oh yeah, that's right. They're 13 and a half hours ahead. And the note here says, more likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. Well, there's no, oh, there's only, oh yeah, there's 76 likes. Thank you for that. So the more likes we have, the more people will notice, because the algorithm in TikTok starts populating it. So we have, it says one message, but when I look at it, there's no message, just somebody joined. Ahlimba. You see, it's an experience in life, guys. I don't know where you guys are calling from, where you guys are. I have no idea. So when you come in and say hello, if you just let me know if you're female or male, and if you are what old, what age you are, and where you're located, it'll help me to kind of put a picture on where I'm talking to, and that would be great. And London says, thank you for your thoughts. My pleasure. Says, what is your name? What do you do? My name is Mehran, Mehran, and I research on works of experts in regards to thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego. I have followed Mr. Jiddu Krishnamurti's, who started teaching this since 1920s, when he was very young, and he taught these for 60, 70 years in India, in Canada, in the United States, in UK, in Europe. And he had many schools and people who followed, and psychologists, famous psychologists and quantum physics professors would gather around him from all around the world and ask him their questions. And he studied this on his own. He never read anyone else's books. Inwardly, he examined his psyche. So he understands the movement of the psyche, and all his knowledge has been precious. To me, it's been like, when I found about it, it was like fish to water. I couldn't stop continuously till the wee times of the night, just listening to his lectures and discussions and so on. So it was very beautiful for me. And then, of course, I expanded into understanding the role of the psyche in the breakups and what happens and how they can move on, understanding what happens in their brain, why they feel the way they do. And that analysis helped me to help many, many people around the world. And of course, then I expanded my research into neuroscience of habits and in OCD and OCD subsets and the components of the brain involved in that glitch, in that malfunction, that disorder. And I've been able to use the experiments, laboratory experiments of famous psychologists, psychotherapists, and neuroscientists, and be able to understand these and then deliver them in order to solve some of the questions that some people have in regards to OCD, OCD subsets, and so on and so forth. So this is what I do, and this is my passion. And it's been 13 years which we started this channel, but unfortunately something I'm doing wrong as far as the tagging or whatnot, which channel doesn't really get noticed. We only have 28,000 subscribers, where from my subscribers I hear many, many times that, you saved my life or this and that, so forth. And they wish that we would have 2 or 3 million subscribers, but somehow we're not circulated in the way that we would attract that many people. So we have uh, shared the live. Thank you very much. Encourage more videos to share. Thank you very much, Landon. And we have female 46, New Brunswick, Canada. My goodness, we are getting some Canadians here. Says, do you have any published articles? Very interesting. What I have in regards to breakups and the movement of psyche is called, on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, mindthatseekstruth.com. It's where you can make an appointment and talk to me on Skype from anywhere in the world, and we'll discuss what's concerning you one-on-one on Skype. And I have my books there. I've written 3 books on this subject. One of them is called, which is the one that is the main one, Me, My Psyche, and I. Me, My Psyche, and I. It's about 360 pages, and it's got good stuff in it. And I'm unanimous on that. And so, of course, I have another book that is based on the videos on YouTube that I have. It's about 600 pages about breakups. the breakup handbook, which you can find all that on YouTube, but it's just in one book. And since then, we've got many other videos. And then I have another book that is about 160 pages. Is called um, in what is it called? I forgot what it's called. It's been a long transient thoughts. Transient thoughts and me. I remember that now. So, but me, my psyche, and I is the one that I claim to fame. So perhaps you want to check that. And you have a sample of the chapters that you can read on the site without having to purchase the book. The book in paper um, uh, option is expensive because it's heavy and it includes the shipping anywhere in the world. So the book is, I think, it's $80. Uh, but it's, but then there's the ebook version of it. Same thing is like, I think, $7 or $8. So it's economically viable to buy the ebook. And if you have a problem downloading it or it doesn't get to you, just drop me a line on my email and then I'll email the book to you right away as soon as I know that you had any download problems. Sometimes it happens. And so we have new fee Moma Rodolph view bio. Okay. Oh, you're plugging something, Tara, huh? Female, 32, Newfoundland, Canada. Okay. I always wanted to see Newfoundland. Actually, I did have a short-term girlfriend from Newfoundland when I had just come to this country 44 years ago. I think it was maybe 42 years or 41, 43 years ago. And she was very beautiful and very lovely. And but it was short time. She was visiting here, and so. But I always thought Newfoundland must be a beautiful place with lots of beautiful girls, I guess. And Newfie Mama says, "Thank you. I'll check it out. You're quite welcome. My pleasure." Let's see who else is here. Ontario, Canada. Innisfil, all right? And don't forget, what I need is your gender, age, and where you're tuning from. So in other words, M for male, F for female, or however you signify your gender, and then age, and then the country or the city, or like Italy, or France, or UK, or Toronto, or Canada, wherever you are. But I just need to know those three. It helps me about your cultural background, your age, which stage you're in. Sometimes they're too young, and I explain to them they should have their parents' permission to be here. So, and Alex, I hope I answered your question in regards to what my name is and what I do. And what else do we have here? Nothing that I can find. Female 32, and then thank you. Check it out. Okay. And Jack Foster says, my man. All right. Jack, why don't you let us know your age and where you're tuning in from? That would be great if you could do that. Let's go to YouTube and see who we have here. Christo Squillin says, 6 a.m. here in Virginia. Oh, thank you very much for being up there and joining us. And Yamato says, anybody scrolling shorts will get your live recommend. I don't understand what that means, Miyamoto, but thank you. Krista says, God bless you all. Thank you very much. And you too. Christo Squallion says, male 32 USA. USA is a big place. So what part of USA, Christo? And Tara liked the live. Thank you for that, Tara. We have 633 likes, and that's wonderful. Our last live stream, we had 661 attendees. Let's see if this time of the night would beat that. I doubt it because this time now most people are sleeping, especially on the West Coast. Now we have 711 likes. That's wonderful. But I'm looking for questions so we can have a discussion before we just say hello to each other, and then I have to then go to sleep eventually. But last night I slept about 5 o'clock. I was editing a couple of videos for you guys, which I uploaded on the TikTok. And I have one that I did tonight, but it probably takes me a couple days to edit it because It was, you know, it was a whole long discussion, and so I need to shorten it a little bit if I can. Now, right now we have 800, we have 909 likes. That's wonderful. But I would like to have some questions so we can have a discussion going on. And obviously on YouTube, most people are sleeping and they're not really getting the announcement that we are live. But TikTok looks to be, well, 1,000 likes. That's wonderful. Now, let's see. Do we find any picture? Maybe I should go, you know, scavenger hiding, finding questions among these. And do we have any questions? 7:40 a.m. in Newfoundland. Tara says, thank you, Tara. And what else? No, nothing. So if you guys don't have any questions, I mean, I'd be useless to you just sitting here talking to you, saying hello and drinking my tea. What a tea it is, actually. So, anybody wants to say anything, or should I just be bringing questions myself and answer it by myself? You know, they say many people talk to themselves, and that's normal. But if you start answering to yourself, then you might want to see somebody. So, I'm becoming that one person that's going to ask and respond. Now, anything new? No, I guess Tara is the last one who joined us. Well, okay, guys, if you don't need me for anything, it's pretty late and it's been about 23 minutes, but we haven't had too many questions. We had one, a juicy one that we actually discussed it. And helping recruiters with hiring says, how can one learn to love oneself? The first thing you want to do, you got to figure out there must be a reason you can't love yourself, meaning you feel you've done some things. So the first thing would be to forgive yourself. You expect too much from yourself. What's the reason not to love yourself? Anything that happens in this world, anything that you think it's got value, anything that you think is worthwhile, it is because you're here. So the reason that the whole world makes a certain sense to you is because you're here. If you wouldn't be here, none of these matters, nothing that concerns you today ever could have mattered because you're not here to interpret it, to bounce it, to have it affect you, and to feel something about it, have an opinion about it. So you're the most important person in this world, in your world. Before you commit to anybody else and sacrifice yourself for anybody else in any way, shape, or form, love anybody else, you must be there. So that makes you the most important person in the world. How can you not love the most important person in the world, take the best care of the most important person in the world, and yet expect to find happiness? If you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. Your worth and value doesn't come by loving somebody else and dedicating yourself to somebody else and worshiping somebody else. It's all about doing the best you can for you, and then from then you launch other services and help that you can do for others. So you tell me, reverse the question. Say me, tell me one reason that I cannot love myself. Not how can one learn to love oneself. This doesn't mean to learning. You need to survive, right? The survival is in your genes. It's engraved in your biology, in your programming. And that means you love yourself already without trying. How can you not love yourself? Everything that you love out there is because you're here. So you must love this one most of all and then go from there. So loving yourself is not difficult. Stop antagonizing yourself, think deep and judge well. And the rest of it, as long as you've done your best, there's no reason to blame yourself for anything. And that means loving yourself. Now, Helping says, thanks for that. You're welcome. So, our YouTube friends, anything there? All right. Well, I don't want to keep you guys. If you don't have any use for me tonight, that's fair enough. You have no questions. That's all right. Then we'll just do this maybe tomorrow night or tomorrow morning if I wake up early. Doesn't look like it. It's 3:32, 3:22. All right, I give you another minute if anybody wants to fire up a question. And other than that, then I'll just pack it up and go tonight. So we go 60 seconds from now. Remember, guys, none of you really, just a few of you, honored my request, which was letting me know your gender, male, M for male, F for female, and then your age and where you're tuning in from. Only a few of you did. And definitely, if you have a question, I need to have that before I answer question for many reasons. One of many is I need to know how old you are. If you're too young, I won't engage, and I need to understand. Male 45, Australia. Thank for that, mate. I appreciate that. Somebody heard me. Very kind of you. And Rick Cleater joined. All right. So we're almost up with our minute. We have no questions. We'll just say good night, call it a night. 28 minutes. Once it hits 29 minutes, then we're gone. All right. Looks like we have no questions. We've got 1,000 likes, and I appreciate everyone who did that. And so I'm going to hit the ending of our stream. So this is when I have to say, I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I look forward to our next live stream. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com, making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.